Hello everyone in the world, all the Dream Theater fans. We're hanging out today. It's just happening. We're in Bonn. We're just having a good time. We're all set up. We're ready to play. I was peering out the window watching the fans just kind of like running in. That was kind of fun. And just doing our usual thing. We're in the production office now, and it's just another day on the road doing the thing. See you soon. Bye.
How you doing, everyone out there in Germany? This is James LaBrie from Dream Theater. We're here in Bonn today. It's been a very kind of bizarre day. It's raining and then it's getting sun. Raining and getting sun. So hopefully the skies will stay clear for tonight. We're playing in a beautiful outdoor venue, a museum beside us, and it's going to be great. So hopefully we will see you down the road on tour. Come to the show and let's have a great time together. Peace. You know, it's not unlike other Dream Theater albums where, you know, you obviously have a diversity in our music, and, you know, it's eclectic in its styles. I think the difference being that the noticeable difference is the way that those styles intertwine. They interact with one another in a very balanced sense. You know, everything is, I mean, there's always, you know, people find, how do you guys keep track of what you're doing? Because it's so out there and so crazy at times, but believe it or not, there is a method to the madness. You know, there is a purpose for each and every section. There is a reason why they appear like they do, and the compositions, the arrangements are set up the way that they are, because that's Dream Theater, and that's what's created our identity and our sound. To me, it's you know, I love the album. It's exciting. I mean, it's biased, you know, opinion, but I think I can be objective in the sense that I find there's a really nice unfolding of the songs throughout the album, and I think that it maintains a really good balance with the way that the styles are brought in together, and like I said earlier, how they intertwine with one another, which makes the album really exciting and powerful. The writing process was slightly different. I mean, in previous albums we've had it where, you know, there will be an idea or a conversation of what direction we think we should go in. There might be some ideas floating around, riffs and, you know, little music ideas that way. This one was more or less like, you know, let's just go in to the room as a band and see what comes out. What's inspiring us at that particular moment? What's in us that, you know, is wanting to, you know, be conveyed or be communicated to us in music. And so it was very, very organic. It wasn't, you know, any preconceived ideas or directions to which we thought we needed to achieve. So, you know, once the seeds were planted and we were in the studio the first day just jamming out ideas and riffs and everything like that, once we felt that we were getting onto something, that basically was the template for where we thought that the album will continue to go, and it kind of set everything else in motion as to what created the rest of the album musically. Well, I mean, my participation is, you know, that I am there. I'm in the room during the whole process, and if I hear something, then I'll say something. If I hear something I like, you know, I'll say, hey, that's very cool. It's, you know, that's very cool. Let's stay with that. If I hear something I don't like, I say it. You know, what we do is at the end of every day we'll make copies, and we can sit with them and listen to them back in our hotel rooms or whatever. And, you know, there'll be some days where I'll come in, you know, that section after the bridge or the C section or whatever, it's not hitting me. I don't like it or whatever. Or, you know what, we did this. It was really cool. It's really exciting. It'd be great to expand on it. So that's my involvement, you know, in that sense. And then obviously when it comes to melodies and lyrical contributions. Yeah. It was from literature that I read. I read a book called Politics of Truth. It was written by Joseph Wilson, who was once an ambassador for the United States in Nigeria and Iraq. And it was this whole telling of the fact that, you know, the public really doesn't see what goes on behind closed doors, and that the government and the powers that be, the few that are in those positions, have ulterior, motives, and they have their own agenda.
Okay.
And through politics, a lot of politics is based on profit, financial gain, and being able to have the power over resources and regions that can make that country richer and sit in a better situation globally. So it was his telling of this whole war in Iraq was basically based on lies, and it wasn't necessary, and it wasn't imperative that we went there because there was a threat, an imminent threat to the United States or anything like that. So I loosely took that information, and then the way that I displayed it was the way I did with Sacrifice Son. I like to stay neutral. Sacrifice Son was about the fact that we misunderstand each other and we resort to violence. Prophets of War is the prophets, the politicians that tell us we need to do things. It's not really, so it's a play on words. It's prophets, but they're profiting from their agendas. So basically I kept it very middle of the road. I didn't want to say I'm a voice for this side or for this side. And it all comes down to, once again, we're doing things and we think that we can resolve or shed light on a situation and make a situation better by resorting to violence and fight and arms and all that, which is ludicrous. It's absolutely asinine today that we still think that we can resolve our differences and our ignorance through conflict. It's not going to happen. It's not going to change anything. It leaves resentment and hatred and vengeance within people. And it's barbaric that we still choose to create situations like that.
The me was hurt. The give yourself was good. I mean, everything was good except the give yourself and the me. So up to was good.
What the fuck was that? You should have just said do it again.
No, it's good. We can comp that.
No.
Do another one. Just the
My dad's got a gnarly set of tools. We can fix it.
Yeah, try another.
Yeah, what he meant was, apart from the phrasing and the pitch, it was perfect. Oh, the tone could have been better.
Actually, the delivery wasn't so great either.
What was
Guys, you have any other compliments?
What?
Okay, let's go.
Take 7.
We do that to each other in the studio, like we'll try and dig each other and see if we can get each other. But at the same time, too, there is a purpose behind it, because we want to see how far we can push one another and what we can get out of one another. Is there something better in you? I think there is, and we know each other well enough now to know that we are able to say anything we want to one another without us getting, our back up and becoming defensive and everything. So, you're probably seeing a moment there where he's going, you know what? I think you can do this better, or whatever. Can you re-sing that? And so that happens in the studio, or the same thing might be said to Jordan when he's laying down his keyboards, or whoever it might be that's tracking at that particular moment. That kind of communication goes on, and it's just so that we can see and make damn sure that we're getting the best out of each person in the band.
While we're hard at work, the Canadian is perfecting his game of basketball. I thought you should be playing hockey.
Nope, it's basketball.
Whoa, and he actually made it.
For one second.
Whoa! I'm very impressed.
Yeah, it's fun. I like to do that, and we'll go skating, ice skating, do stuff like that, and rollerblading in the summer, and I think it's good to just stay active too.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. Well, it is a new chapter for us, with the new label and this tour, and even though this is mainly focused on the festivals, we're also doing our headline shows in between, and it's really been a great reception. Even the festivals have been fantastic. We did Download for the first time, and it was unbelievable. The reception we got was incredible. But we're going out there and we're saying, we got to really, this is something new for us. So let's get out there and kick some butt, basically. And we've been doing it each and every night, whether we're headlining or whether we're on a festival. And I think it's really proving itself. It's letting everybody see that we're back and we're back.